Hello, all. Good morning. Hope you are doing well. Okay, yesterday we have learned how to publish our own node package into npm.js. Okay, some of our students done that. Very good. Now we are going to learn few more important things. So today we are going to learn what are the pending things in like minimum things in a Node.js before start learning on React.js. Okay. Next session we are going to enter into the React.js only. Okay, let's see. But we are going to learn few important things. Every developer should know about all this. Okay? So as we discussed, 2009 is the turning point for the JavaScript, right? 2009 is a turning point. So before 2009, you are able to use JavaScript inside the browser only. Inside the browser only. But after 2009, we can execute JavaScript inside the browser and in with the outside the browser with the help of Node.js. This what is the difference? Because there are some significant differences between running JavaScript in the browser and running the JavaScript in the server. Okay, we should learn those things in this session, and I will summarize what we have learned so far, and I will give some roadmap what we are going to learn in next 1 2 months. Okay, let me open the VS Code so that you will understand. So here I'm just creating a two projects. One is for just with the we need to execute the things in a browser. For that I'm just giving browser bro. Okay. And another one without taking HTML. That means we are not going to execute anything in the browser. We are going to execute everything with a Node.js. So here I'm just giving NOG or something like that. So first time we can see few important details if you already learn JavaScript and if you learn HTML CSS so that you can understand easily. Otherwise it is somewhat bit difficult, but you can learn by practice. So if you want to execute because if you want to deal with HTML file, so what we need to do, we need to create some HTML file. I'm just creating index.html and go with the default template. I'm just putting some heading so inside browser. Okay. That was the first goal, like we want to execute JavaScript inside the browser. So that what we can do, we can just add a script tag. In here you can add your JavaScript code. So, right, so you can write var a is equal to 10. Okay, and you can define a function like hello, say hello, hello, say hello, and you can write some console.log. Okay, welcome to JavaScript, and just mentioning like I'm running this in a browser. Just running this in a browser. Okay, here you can do like console.log of fantastic. So even we know that we can set some timers also, right? We can set some timers. So okay, maybe if you didn't learn JavaScript, it's new for you. So what I'm doing, I'm just giving a set timer, and okay, we can provide some callback function. Hmm. Here I'm just giving like console.log. Okay, I can say that so good morning. Okay, so what will happen? The set timeout means we are giving some delay. So this function say hello will execute immediately. So whenever you invoke this function, it will execute immediately and it will give welcome to JavaScript like browser. But here we are using the timers. So what will happen if you use a timer? So set timeout will execute this callback function, okay, after 3000 milliseconds. Okay, if you want to understand how it is working, you should understand the event loop on call stack and callback queue and a lot of things are there. Okay, already we have covered everything in a JavaScript world and who attended training for JavaScript. So right now, don't worry about that. You can learn slowly if you didn't learn so far. So, but here, what we need to understand is like what's the difference between executing JavaScript inside the browser and inside the JavaScript runtime environment like a Node.js. Okay, so let me check first of all whether it's working or not. So just double click on it. So right now it's in a browser. Inside the browser, just open it. So just go to the console. So welcome to JavaScript browser and okay, it's let's see. I'm just refreshing one more time. So if you see, it will print after 3000 milliseconds. So at least I will give a 5000 milliseconds. So that it will give some time for us to observe the things properly. So we got the output because the say hello has executed immediately and that callback function which we have given to the set timeout has executed after 5000 milliseconds. Okay, everything is fine so far. Very good, very good, very good. So here we need to understand one thing is that is the window object. Okay, window. So in whenever you're trying to execute something in the browser, this browser is providing one window object and the variable a is part of window and the say hello is a part of window and set timeout is a part of window. Okay, let me draw the diagram so that you will get some more idea. So the browser, so how things are there in a browser. So just imagine this is a browser and inside that we have a JavaScript engine. Okay, this is not, okay, this is a JavaScript engine. So let me draw one more line here. This is a JavaScript runtime environment. This is a JavaScript engine, and we have an event loop and task queue, micro task queue. Everything is there. This set timer callbacks will take help of this event loop and all these things. Here, so here browser is very powerful. Okay, browser is providing us the window object and if you see that console.log, we are using console.log, right? Console.log. From where it is coming? From where it is coming? And set timeout. Okay. Okay. This console.log, set timeout, and all these things are coming from the window object. Window is a very big object. So let's see what is there inside the window. So here, let me write. Okay. Here again console.log of window. Let's save it. Just refresh. Okay, if you see, this is a very big object. So our variable a is also part of a window object, and we have defined a method, right? Say hello, say hello. So you just scroll down and observe the things in alphabetical order. Definitely, you can find on that one. Yes, yeah, alphabetical order. Okay, say hello. This is there. Okay, it will remember our function. And if you see set timeout, set interval, everything is part of this window object. Okay, let's try. Where is that? Running. Yes. So if you see this set interval and set timeout, okay, and lot of things are
Sir, అంటే ఇవి మాత్రమే ఇవ్వచ్చా? ఐ మీన్ మనం ఒకవేళ బ్రౌజర్లో ఏమైనా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలనుకుంటే ఓన్లీ ఇలాంటి ఫంక్షన్స్ మాత్రమే ఇవ్వాలా, లేకపోతే
Yeah, you can create your own functions.
కాకపోతే విండోస్ లో ఇన్బిల్ట్ గా అలాంటివి ఉంటాయి?
Yeah, but yeah, the thing is, if you want to understand what all these things, you should learn JavaScript. Okay. It will take some time. It will take minimum 2-3 months to learn JavaScript fundamentals. So that's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, without understanding what is a function and what is set time mode, and what is a section well, and how the browser is working, what is the call stack, what is the event loop, okay, what is the event loop, what is the micro task queue and task queue. It's very difficult to understand. Okay, wait, I will explain all the things. No problem. So here,
యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ మీరు ఇవాళ కొన్ని టాపిక్స్ ఇవ్వండి సార్.
yeah,
అంటే ఇలాగూ సాటర్డే సండే ఫ్రీనే కదా, మేము జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ లో అవి చూస్తాం, అంటే కొంచెమైనా అట్లీస్ట్
yeah,
బేసిక్.
I will show you. I will show you. So simply, you can go to our YouTube channel. Otherwise, okay, go to the playlist. And this is a JavaScript world, right? So we have around
Hi, I'm
99 you have uploaded latest.
99 is there. So you don't need to complete everything on a single day. It's not possible, and it's not possible for you to understand
A guy waited 6 months to get his dream.
without trainer help. So that's why we are providing training evening, right? So just go through the training, and if you want to learn quickly to catch up what we are learning in a React.js training. So, but here I mentioned I created another playlist that is essentials for to learn JavaScript. Okay, here we have only 21 videos. Go to this one, you can find 21 videos. So here I just provided the things, at least minimum you should learn all these things to learn JavaScript. So first just complete this 21. Like you should understand what is JavaScript and arrays, objects, functions, something, so that you can understand at least somewhat what we are talking in React. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will come to that thing later. So let's complete our discussion today. So if you see, everything is a part of window object. That is very important. Very important. So, and here, when it comes to here, whenever you're executing in the browser, we have a window object. We have a window object, right? And if you declare any variable, suppose if you see I declared A, and if you declare where B is equal to 20 or anything, so these every variable is going to be the part of window object, and the browser will hold that information in the global scope. Say hello is not a function. Let me words. Okay, I just change the spelling. So just refresh. So if you see, just expand it, you can find A and B also. So everything is part of this, and we should understand what is the scope, what is scope chain, what is lexical scope. A lot of things are there. That's why I'm saying React.js. Without learning JavaScript, we can't understand React.js. And if I want to teach uh, you who don't know JavaScript, so it will take like, if I want to explain 1 hour session, it will be a 2 hour session. First of all, I need to explain what are the things involved in today's session in JavaScript. So it's very difficult. Okay, so okay, friends, wait, I will talk about those things later. So here, all these things are part of window object. Okay, in 2009, what happened? What happened here? This is the V8 engine. Okay, this is the V8 engine, which is there in the Google Chrome. So this Rayandal has taken this V8 engine only. Has taken this V8 engine only. Okay, I'm just copying. So that's what we already discussed, but just I'm just revising to understand. So it has taken only V8 engine. Okay. Okay, not only this, right? Yes, taken wait engine, but what about the remaining things? What are the remaining things? Okay, in a browser, we have a very powerful window and console.logs are there, set timeout is there, and fetch API is there. A lot of other powerful features are there in window, and event loop is there, and call stack is there, memory stack is there. Okay, he didn't just copy all these things directly. It's not possible. So what he has done with the help of C and C++, the help of C and C++, and some other library that is called libview. Okay, with the help of these all these things, he has provided console.log for us, and he has provided the set timeout and set intervals and everything, set timeout and the set interval and all these things, and at the same time event loop. Okay, event loop, so task queue, micro task queue, and so we understand the Node.js architecture, right? Okay, in that, okay, they have implemented so the concept called thread pool, right? So they have integrated a few other things also to make it as a Node.js asynchronous. Okay, that's what we have discussed already in a Node.js architecture. Please go and watch that video. So here I'm just mentioning what are the extra things are there. Here we have a thread pool. Okay, thread pool is there, and another one is handling the events. Okay, events. Another one is the event emitter. That is the very useful thing. Of course, fundamentally, uh, same V8 engine, same event loop, and microtask queue, task queue. Those are same, and they have come up with the thread pool concept, and they have integrated some other thing like event emitters. Okay, event emitters are another module. Okay, but they have utilized in a smarter way to make it this JavaScript runtime environment is asynchronous and single-threaded non-blocking. Okay, fine. So here the topic is okay. Inside the browser, we have a window object, and inside the window object, we can find our variables and functions. Even this set timeout is available in the window object. So let's see, whenever you are using a Node.js, whether we have a window object in Node.js or not. Let's see. That is very important. Okay, understood what I'm saying so far?
Yes, sir.
Because in the browser, the window object is the very important thing. So when it comes to the server, so here we have a HTML file. I have written everything, every JavaScript code in a script tag, or even you can create a separate JavaScript file and you can refer that file into this HTML file. Both are same. And now what we are doing, we are going to check console from where that console log is coming, from where that set timeout and set intervals are coming. Okay. So now I'm going to Node.js1. So let's see, we can write the same thing command. So code dot. So here, this is a Node.js project. So now I'm not going to use HTML file. I need only JavaScript file.
JS file.
Fantastic. So let's see, I'm writing the same thing. So like var a is equal to 10 and var b is equal to 20. So let's say we can take one variable, that is enough to understand. So I'm just creating a function called say hello here also, or you can copy paste the same code what we have written in that is fine. So console.log, here I'm giving a message like welcome to Node.js, welcome to Node.js. So we are running this in Node.js, and here you can go with a set timeout, the same set timeout. Okay, and you should give a callback function. So, and we are using an arrow function syntax. Okay, let's go with 5000 milliseconds again, and here you can write console.log console.log what we have written there. Okay, good morning, right? Okay, we can go with good morning again. Okay, so here if you invoke, so what I'm doing here, I'm just putting console.log of A, and you can do console.log of the say hello. Okay, and here set timeout, so it will attach this in a web API, and it will execute asynchronously with the help of event loop and all those things. So let's see how it is working in Node.js. So I'm just running this one again in the Node.js, means we are executing this inside the Node environment. So let me execute in the console.log with the help of command prompt, so that you can observe clearly. So here I'm running the node index. So just tell me whether it will give a perfect results or not. Just guess, or if you know already, let me just tell me.
Will give, I think so, sir.
It doesn't throw any error, because yes, fantastic. So say hello. Okay, I think I should invoke this one. So I need to invoke this function. So if I do console.log say hello, it will print what is there in the say hello. You should invoke this function. Now you will get uh, so 10 welcome to Node.js, and after 5000 milliseconds it will print good morning. Yes, it is working perfectly, but from where it is coming? So in the browser we have seen that A is part of window object, and this say hello is part of window object, and this set timeout and set interval are coming from the window object, which is provided by the browser. Browser is the most powerful thing. Okay, don't underestimate browser. Okay, set timeout. So from where it is coming? So let's see. So naturally, we know, right? We thought that okay, maybe he has created window object in Node.js also. Let's try whether he came up with a window object or anything else. So let's see. So now, if you do this in a browser, whenever you do console.log window, it is providing a big object for us, right? Big object for us, right? So what you observe here inside the document. So you just expand it. So it's a big object, and here you can find everything: clear interval, set timeout, set interval, everything is there. So, but whenever you are running JavaScript inside the Node.js environment, whether we will get a window object or not, whether the window object is there or not. So let's run one more time. Node index. So it is throwing an error. What it is saying? What it is saying?
Window is not defined.
Window is not defined. That means, so inside the browser, you can find the window object, and inside the browser, all the variables and functions and set timeout, set interval, everything is a part of window object, and you can utilize it. But when it comes to when you are learning Node.js, when you are building any applications or building the servers, at the time you should know clearly that from where this set timeout is coming. So from where this set timeout is coming. Okay, so now the answer is simple. Okay, similar thing. So we don't have a window object, but he came up with another object that is called global. Okay, what it is? So
Globe.
Global.
So now just do console.log global. Okay, it is not that much big object like window. So just node index. So if you see, you got the result. So, and if you see here, observe carefully, few things are very important. You can find this set interval and set timeout, clear timeout and clear interval in the global object inside the Node.js environment. But okay, observe carefully, few things are very important to notice. So here we have declared a variable, and we have declared another variable called b, and we have defined the function called say hello. Those things also part of this window object. Those things also part of window object. But when it comes to the Node.js, can you find variable a or say hello inside this global object? Can anyone observe this?
No, sir. No, actually.
No. Means in the browser, whenever you are executing, whenever you declare any function, by default it will take the global scope and you can access that variable or a function from anywhere in your JavaScript, anywhere in the HTML file or anywhere in the application. So if you just refer all this JavaScript file into index.html, you can find any place. So here, when he has implemented Node.js, he came up with a good concept called modularity. That means, so already we have learned modules, right? So few days
Yes.
back, what calc.js or something. Okay. So here we have declared some function called addition or something. Okay. And what we need to do, this is the module. Okay. Suppose this is the global object where you can find set timeout, set interval. Suppose if you see like calc.js, here you don't need to export or import or something from. So we didn't import, right? We didn't import set timeout. And suppose if you have a 10 modules, okay, a.js, b.js, c.js, x.js, z.js or something, you have many JavaScript files. So this set timeout, you can access it from this global object, okay, that is available globally for each and every module. But here in Node.js, variables and functions or methods or classes, whatever you are defining in that particular JavaScript file, are not going to accessible to any other file directly. What you need to do? It is a module. It has scope, like if you declare anything, that will the scope of this variable is just within this JavaScript file. So if you declare this function addition, the scope of this function is within this file. So you can use this addition n number of times in the same file. But if someone else want to use your addition function, what we need to do? We should export.
Module.export.
What we need to do? Module dot exports is equal. So that means it is providing some extra security, right? No one can access without taking your permission. Like here, you are giving a permission that, okay, I have defined. Suppose if you have defined 10 methods here and you don't want to give those 10 methods to other people. So what you can do? You can just export only
The methods which I have to
only one or two methods.
give access.
So this is the modular system. So by default, Node.js designed with a modular system. So that's why we can call this. That's why I said, right? Initially I said, if you create any JavaScript file, indirectly it's a module because it is following these rules. So here we should observe clearly that whenever you are dealing with a Node.js, you should understand clearly that we don't have a window object on the server. Okay, we don't have a window. So the first thing we need to remember is, in the browser we have a window object, right? In the browser we have a window object. In the Node.js,
I have global object.
Fantastic, that is a global object. So in browser also, whenever you are using set timeout, you don't need to write like window.setTimeout or window.setInterval, right? In the same way, Node.js also, you don't need to write global.setTimeout. But if you write like global.setTimeout, let's see whether it will work or not. Okay, CLS. So it is working. Okay, it should print after 5000 milliseconds. So if you see, we are getting the output. That means it is executing set timeout, which is the part of this global object. Okay, there are a few other things also there. So right now you don't need to worry about that. So those are very useful for us in coming days. So that is the first rule. And here, okay, I will mention few more things. And if you declare any variable, or any function, okay, by default, okay, variable or a function, by default, these are part of window object. Okay, that means it will be global scope. The scope is very important. So if you don't know what is scope, it's very difficult to survive as a JavaScript developer. Please go and learn all these things. From any YouTube channel or our YouTube channel, that is fine. So here, if you have a variable, if you have a function or a method or a class, whatever it is, okay, whatever it is. So it is not part of a global object. It is a part of a module. Okay, it is a part of module. I will show you with another good example to understand. So this is a module. This is one module. This is another module. Suppose that's why it is following the modular system. So here, suppose if you have a a.js, that is one module, a.js, and here you have a b.js, that is another module, and here we have a c.js, that is another module, and that is not part of a global. Okay, but here, okay, in the browser, let's see. I will show you this so that you will understand clearly. So let me open again this one. So we can create three JavaScript files, okay, and let's see how the scope is working. Okay, so that you will understand. So here, what I'm doing, I'm creating a.js. At the same time, we are going to create b.js, and we need to create c.js. Okay, and I'm going to provide the reference to these three variables, three JavaScript files. How to import? So simple, just write a script and the source /a.js. The same way, just to do b.js and c.js, b.js and c.js. Okay, fantastic. So here, so I'm going to delete. Of course, anyway, if you just put this one, we already understood that it is a part of window object. But let's see. Suppose if we have defined, we are going to define where a is equal to 10 in a.js file. Okay, and here where b is equal to 10 or 20 in b.js, here where c is equal to 30 in c.js. And we have imported, we have taken reference of all those things. So now I'm writing console.log a, console.log b, console.log c. Okay, observe carefully, and I'm just trying to do console.log window. Let's see, because if you see, this a is part of a.js, b is part of b.js, c is part of c.js inside the browser. Okay, and here what I'm doing, here this is a window object. I will show you the proof that all these variables are going to be part of window object. Now if you see, we got the results, right? It is not showing any error. It is not saying that I can't access A, or I can't access B, or I can't access C. So it is happily taking the information from A, it is happily taking information from B, it is happily taking information from C. So, but if you try to do the same thing in Node.js, so if you see, I will do the same thing here. Delete, I will do for understanding purpose for beginners. So a.js, okay, and b.js and c.js. Okay, so here where a is equal to 10, so this is c, right? So that's right. I hope if you already understand the fundamentals, you know the answer. But let me prove that how to do these things. So a is equal to 10. So now in same thing, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do the same thing here. How we are doing in a browser. What we have done in the browser. The Node.js. So anyway, already we understand that console.log is a global object, right? Global So we know, right? Already we understand that these are the modular systems. Unless until if you don't export it, you can't access these variables, right? Access these variables. Just run this one again. Just do CLS node index. So if you see, it is clearly saying that A is not defined. I don't know who is this A. But when it comes to the browser, it is clearly, without showing any error, it is clearly saying A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and C is equal to 30. And just expand this window object. You can find A also here. You can find B also here. You can find C also here. Okay, C also here. That means here, whenever in a HTML, in a browser, so if you have a JavaScript files and you can import and you can use those variables and functions directly just by providing the reference to that file. Okay, but already we understand if you want to implement a modular system inside the things you are doing with HTML file and all these things also. Okay, already we have learned. Okay, how to do that. So just simply just putting what we need to do, type
equal to module.
module. So because with a Node.js we got the great advantage with a modular system. So automatically in a ES6 features, okay, in the ES6 feature itself, they have introduced this concept for you can utilize that in a HTML project itself. So now, okay, type a module system. Okay, we have provided a references for that. So but you can't access, still you can't access it, right? But what we need to do, we
Import
need to
function.
export and import. Okay, export. So here we are following the ES6 syntax because already by default it is supported for ES6. Just export A. Okay, and export B here. Sorry, export. Fantastic. Okay, now in index.html, what we need to do? We don't need to
Import.
provide a reference like that. We need to import it. So this is a ES syntax. Okay, how you are doing in Node.js like constant some variable name is equal to require of something. This also same. Just import.
Import A from path.
So this a.js the same way. Just go with a.js. I think by default it will take JavaScript file reference for understanding purpose. I'm just doing like c.js, and we can get a variable a here and the b here and the c here, so that we can maintain the modularity. Okay, I don't know still whether a b c is part of window object or not. Yeah, really I didn't cross check that one. Just refresh. Okay, we got the cross browser problem. So what we need to do, we should run that with the live server. Open with the live server. So it will give some port number like server. You can see hopefully. So if you see 10, 20, 30 is part of that and window object, let's see. So if you see A is not part of window object now, B is not part of window object now, C is not part of window object. So that we are maintaining some modularity. Understood? What we are achieving in Node.js. So if you see A is not part of window object, B is not part of window object. Only set timeout, set interval, because those are already part of window object. So whatever we are creating variables and functions, those are not part of that window object. So that we can maintain some security. Suppose if you see a.js, so now you can define functions, classes, and everything, and you can export those things, and you can import with the help of index.js like this syntax. Okay, when it comes to the Node.js, what we are doing, what we need to do. So A is there, B is there. We are not able to access these three things, right? So if you want to use those things, simply, okay, went to the tab. What you need to do? It is a
Mod
module.
dot export.
export or exports? Sometimes I forgot this. Module dot exports. Export or exports. Let's see. Index.js. What do you need to do?
Sir, one thing means whatever we are writing in HTML are part of window object. It seems right.
Yeah. So if you declare any variable or a function or a method, it is a part
But
of.
even though we are exporting, importing these and all, they are not part of window object, right? As of now, means
Yes.
as per our discussion.
Yes, because whenever you are providing security for that file, suppose whenever you are thinking that that is a module, so module will restrict your variables and functions and methods to attach the window object. So, so that no one can access that variables or function without importing. Got it?
Yeah.
This is what, so just try to import and export, because already we have learned how to import these things, variables and functions. So import and export. So now the thing is, when it comes to here, so this is the modules, right? If you want to maintain the modularity here, what do you need to do? So again, you should maintain the modularity like this only. So whatever, if you maintain, if you do like type is equal to module, for that script tag type equal to module, and so that you can achieve that one also. But here the difference is it's a window object, here is a global object. By default it will treat as everything, every JavaScript file as a module, and here it by default it doesn't treat like a module. So if you want, you can just do some adjustments in that so that it will treat as a module, and you can do exports and imports. And another thing is there, okay, another few other important things are there we should discuss. So if you see, observe carefully, I'm talking about the browser. This is the browser. Inside that we have a JavaScript runtime environment. Okay. Inside that we have a JavaScript runtime environment. So that I'm just giving some red color to it. Okay, before that I will just draw one more box. Okay, this big box is the computer. Okay, this big box is the computer. Okay. Here also I will draw the big box as a computer in the Node.js. Hopefully, I think I already explained this one. So here we have a JavaScript runtime environment. Just to put this also red color.
Discussing about client and server, sir.
Yeah. But we can one more time we can revise, because already now we understood what is a module and what is a package, so that you can understand better. So here this is a computer, and here also we have, in this computer, our computer, we have a operating system, right? We have operating system and the file system. Okay, files will be there, and a lot of things are there. Okay, a lot of information is there in your computer. Okay, so here whenever you build an application with a HTML and you are running inside the browser, okay, you can't access this operating system, because in between we have a browser, right? We don't know, because Amazon, okay, if you just open Amazon, okay, that this JavaScript runtime environment is working for Amazon. At the time, if you give access to operating system, all those things, they can read your information. That will be a dangerous, right? So you can't access it. So from this JavaScript runtime environment, you can't access this our operating system information. But here, whenever your Node.js means you are installing Node.js directly on your computer, at the time it will give a direct access to operating systems and files, whatever it is. So here the Node.js team has provided like default modules, many default modules like operating system, the file system, and so event, okay, event, lot of things. And if you just go to the documentation, you can find all the core modules of the Node.js. So just go to the latest version. Oh, sorry, I clicked on the download. So just go to, this is the latest version. Okay. So if you see, all these are the modules. So crypto, domain, errors, HTTP is very important. An operating system, path module, REPL, report, all these things, all these things will be available, and you can directly utilize this computer memory and everything, and you can build a servers. So here, yes, the main advantage of Node.js, okay, Node.js, okay, we can create our web servers. Okay, how to create a web server? Like suppose if you are building Amazon application, okay, from front end, the user will send a request that you will try to log in. Okay, you will enter user ID and password if you click on button. So we should send a request to the server, and server will check whether the user ID password is correct or not by checking the details in the database, right? So we can build that web server. We can build that web server with Node.js. So Node.js is very, very important. So here this training is like we are started with the React.js. So before understanding React.js, before entering the React.js,
Sir,
we should know all
sir,
this. Yeah, tell me.
we can also create using Java, means Java also, no, sir.
Yes,
Means
yes,
this.
yes, yes, yes,
But
yes.
what is the advantage, more advantage here?
Now this is a single threaded, right?
Yeah.
So we have discussed right already. Single threaded, asynchronous. Okay, of course, the server. When it comes to the server, you can build a web servers with almost all the programming languages, I think. You can do with the C#.NET, you can do with the PHP, you can do with Python, you can do with Java. Okay, all these are multi-threaded. Okay,
Multi-threaded.
multi-threaded and blocking.
Synchronous.
So when it comes to the Node.js, what it is?
Single-threaded and non-blocking.
This is single-threaded and non-blocking asynchronous. Okay, that's why. So, but because this is a single-threaded non-blocking asynchronous, that doesn't mean that you should use the Node.js everywhere. You should replace Java and Python, PHP and C# everywhere. No, it's not possible, because we understand, right? There are some different kind of tasks. Suppose if it is IO intensive task, that means just go on, get some user details, go on, just find the product details, just go and give me whether this user is valid or not. Okay, in that situation you can go with a Node.js. In that situation you can go with a Node.js. Suppose if you have a task like CPU intensive task, simply suppose he need a lot of time to take your CPU to complete the task. At that time, we should go for Java or like Python or PHP, like C#, whatever it is. Okay. So here, the architect will decide that for which functionality we should go with a Java server and which functionality we can go with a Node.js server. So almost all the big applications in the world are using Java or C#.NET or PHP Python at one side for the CPU intensive task, and everyone using Node.js for IO intensive tasks. So many people have a misconception that okay, if you know Java, you don't need to learn JavaScript. So that is completely wrong. Even though you are very good at Java, you should learn Node.js. You should learn JavaScript for just building like super fast, scalable IO applications like REST APIs. That's so we can discuss in detail. It is not the we are just in the early stage. So you should understand first of all what is a server, okay, how to create a server, and what is the okay, with the help of Express.js. Okay, even in after coming Node.js, everyone started building some the frameworks on top of Node.js. Okay, Express.js is the one of the popular Node.js framework. With the help of that, we can build a web servers easily. So we are going to learn everything, but so if you see, if I explain everything on a single day, you can't digest it. Okay, it's not possible. So that we should learn HTML, we should learn CSS, we should learn JavaScript. Okay, first we should digest those things. We should understand those core fundamentals and all the important topics in that. Then you can understand what is Node.js. Then you can build a server, and then you can build a REST APIs and all those things. Okay. Normally people thinks that I don't know, but how people are getting jobs in 45 days, how people are learning JavaScript in 1 month. So it's really not possible for a average student like me to learn JavaScript in 2-3 months. Okay, it will, suppose if you spend minimum daily 4 to 6 hours to learn JavaScript. So if you want to become like a good developer, it will take minimum 3 months. Okay, if you spend minimum 3 to 4 hours a day, and if you spend 3 months, then only you will become a good developer. Okay, so if you want to learn, you need a patience, because I know that naturally uh, uh, we can't join the live sessions more than 15 or 20, like maximum 1 month we can join regularly. After that it's really difficult. It's really, I can understand, because as a trainer I can provide a training for continuously 2 or 3 hours, but as a student, for me also it's very difficult to attend that training. But that's your choice completely, because who are watching this video in the YouTube or completely depend on YouTube, like recordings, that's absolutely fine. The only thing is you should do practice. Naturally, whenever you are depending on videos and recordings, naturally we will postpone it. We will postpone it. Suppose if you want to learn Node.js, if you attend the live training, if you follow properly, you can learn in 3 months. So if you are depending on recordings, maybe it will take 6 months, maybe it will take 9 months, 12 months, 2 years also. That depends on your sincerity. That's fine. So I don't have any problem. Okay, fine. Back to the subject. So here we should understand these fundamentals. What is the difference between running JavaScript inside the browser and running JavaScript inside the Node.js? And we should know this point clearly, because the total session is just to explain what is the difference between window and the global object. Because in Node.js we don't have a window object, and everything is like set timeout interval are part of a global object. And here it is maintaining the modularity by default. And if you want to maintain the modularity in this in the browser, what we need to do, we should go with this approach called type is called module. This is ES6 feature. So it came in 2015. So before 2015 we don't have this modular system inside the like browser things which you are dealing with the HTML file. But here from 2009 itself, we are treating every JavaScript file as an individual file, and it is completely modular system. The same concept implemented in this browser side also. So this is the most important things. Okay, understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
You are watching this video in YouTube, understood or not? Okay,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
we will understand. So now, okay, I think many of you are waiting for React.js, right? So this is April 14th. So 15th, 16th, 17th, we don't have any session. And from 18th, we have a session. Even I think Thursday, Friday, I'm not available for next week. So 18, 19. And then from 24th, we are going to learn React.js, and we are going to build the project. Whether you will join the live session or whether you will watch the video, okay, whether you will do practice or not, doesn't matter. Okay, I will keep on explaining the things, because I don't have a time. Okay, if I depend on your practice, suppose if you have a 10 students, okay, 3 students will join today, another 3 students join tomorrow, and if 5 students do practice, 3 students don't do practice. So if I give a training based on all your things, maybe it will take 3 years to complete the React.js. So irrespective of your practice, your plans, I'm going to explain. So, but suppose if without doing practice, if you join the live session, you can't understand anything. Because without understanding what is JavaScript, without understanding what is Node.js, without understanding what is a module, without understanding what is a package, because we are going to install minimum 20 to 30 packages while building the Amazon. So at the time, if you ask me the question, Raghu, what is a module? Can you explain one more time? So definitely I can't explain, because it's not possible. Because again, it will take minimum 5 to 6 hours or maybe 10 days to explain to you. So from. So next session will be on 18th. So by the time you should complete all these concepts which we have discussed so far and finish it so that you can start learning React.js. Okay, that's
Okay,
absolutely your choice. But I'm saying one more thing. So please practice in the sequence. Okay, sequence that's going to be very healthy. So suppose I know, right, if you have exams and if you have other commitments, if you're already working in the office, it's really tough to the practice every day. But go with sequence. So learn one by one, and whenever you have completed practice, whenever you have a question, definitely you can contact me and I will explain. Yeah, that's all for today. Let me stop the recording. Then we can discuss few things.